Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the fascinating stories behind coins from around the world. Today, we are traveling back over a century to the year 1920, a time when India was still under British colonial rule, and King George V was the monarch of the United Kingdom and the Emperor of India. Our focus today is the 4 Anna coin of India from 1920, a silver piece with a rich history, remarkable design, and a unique place in the world of numismatics. By the end of this video, you'll know the historical background of this coin, the reason for its design, its specifications, how it was used in everyday life, and why it remains so valuable to collectors today. 1. Historical background. 1.1 The era of King George V reigned from 1910 to 1936, a period marked by dramatic global changes, the First World War, social reforms, and major political movements in colonies like India. By 1920, the world was recovering from the devastation of World War I. In India, the independence movement was gaining momentum, with leaders like Mahatma Gandhi calling for non-cooperation against British rule. Despite the rising political unrest, the British administration maintained control over India's economy, including its currency system. 1.2 India in 1920 The Indian economy was still largely agrarian, but trade was increasing due to expanding railways, ports, and industries. The currency system followed a structure based on the rupee, which was divided into 16 Annas. The 4 Anna coin, therefore, represented 1/4 of a rupee. It was an important denomination for everyday transactions, enough to buy food items, pay for transportation, or purchase small household goods. 1.3 Why the 4 Anna coin? The 4 Anna denomination was particularly popular in the early 20th century because it fit neatly into the rupee system. Being exactly 1/4 of a rupee. Its value was significant enough for medium transactions, but not so high that it became impractical for everyday use. 2 Design and specifications. 2.1 Obverse design. The obverse front of the 1924 Anna coin features the bust of King George V facing left, wearing the imperial crown and robes of state. Around the portrait is the inscription, George King Emperor. This inscription reflected his role as both the King of the United Kingdom and the Emperor of India, a title used by British monarchs from 1876 until Indian independence in 1947.2. Reverse design. The reverse back of the coin displays a beautiful floral pattern typical of Indian motifs of the era. In the center, it reads, 4 Annas India 1920. Surrounding the central text is a decorative design featuring flowers, leaves, and geometric shapes, a nod to Indian artistry and traditional design elements. 2.3 Technical specifications. Metal 0.917, 91.7%, silver weight, 5.83 grams diameter, 23.5 mm shape, scalloped with 12 curves edge, smooth. This scalloped design was introduced to make the coin distinctive to touch, helping people identify it quickly without looking, especially important in a time when literacy rates were low. 3. The minting of the 1924 Anna coin. 3.1 Mint locations. The 1924 Anna coin was minted in British-controlled mints in India, including Bombay Mint, Calcutta Mint. Each mint sometimes used subtle mint marks, although in this year, distinguishing marks were minimal. 3. To production and circulation. By 1920, silver coins were still common in Indian currency. The 4 Anna coins' silver content gave it both intrinsic and face value, which helped maintain trust in the currency. These coins circulated widely, from bustling urban markets to small rural villages. 4. Historical context of 19,204.1 Global influence. 1920 was a year of global rebuilding after WWI. The British Empire, although victorious, faced significant economic strain. India, being one of Britain's most valuable colonies, was crucial in providing resources, revenue, and manpower. 4. To the Indian national movement. 1920 was also the beginning of the non-cooperation movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. The movement encouraged Indians to boycott British goods, institutions, and honors. While coins like the 4 Anna were still used in daily life, they were also physical symbols of British authority. 5. Cultural and economic role. 5.1 Everyday purchases. In 1920, 4 Annas could buy several kilograms of grain, a few liters of milk, a ride in a horse-drawn tonga, street food meals for a small family. 5. To symbolism. The coin represented both economic value and colonial control. It was a constant reminder of the British Crown's presence in everyday Indian life. 6. Collector value and rarity. 6.1 Factors affecting value. The modern collector value of the 1924 Anna coin depends on condition: fine, very fine, extremely fine, uncirculated, silver contentment mark, rarity, historical interest. 6.2 Estimated market prices. 1 Condition: $5 to $10 USD, fine to very fine, $20 to $40 USD, extremely fine, $50 to $80 USD, uncirculated mint state, $100 plus USD. Coins with original luster and no cleaning marks are especially sought after. 7. Legacy of the 4 Anna coin. The 1924 Anna coin stands as a reminder of the colonial history of India. The artistry of early 20th century coin design, the transition from traditional to modern economies, the everyday life of people in pre-independence India today. It is not just a collectible but a tangible piece of history, of a silver snapshot of a world long past. The 1920 Indian 4 Anna coin of George V is more than just a piece of silver. It is a story in metal of a colonial empire, an emerging independence movement, everyday Indian life, and the artistry of coin design. Holding one of these coins is like holding a small but powerful fragment of history, a link between the past and the present. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of the 4 Anna coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon for more fascinating coin histories from around the world.